Well, hello, Card Fighter Project fans. Kiddo here. Just wanted to get in touch with all of you who are interested in building a deck of your own, and I thought the best way to do that is through a tutorial video rather than trying to type it all up and put it on the website. So I will have this video posted along with all the files that you're going to need. Well, let me take that back. Most of the files that you're going to need, but I will explain everything here in this video. Now, first of all, I don't have the web pages up for you to view, but of course, if you go to cardfighterproject.com and then right up here under tutorial, if you click on that, right in this section below here, you will find all the files that you're going to need in order to get this thing going. Now, before we get started, there's a couple of things that you will need. First of all, you're going to need GIMP. So if you see right here, gimp.org. If you have PC or if you're using Linux, I believe they also even have it for Mac. I'm not positive there, but they probably do. If you go into the download section on the GIMP webpage, you can go in, download GIMP, as you can see right here, GIMP for Windows. So go ahead and get that downloaded, get it installed into your system, and once you have it ready and set and going, wonderful, we're ready to go. Now, the first file, of course, that you're going to need is you're going to want to know what cards you're going to put in your deck. Remember, a deck consists of 50 cards only. Now, what you're going to want to do is go through the website. On the right-hand side here, just click on the special series, and then underneath will pop up Capcom, SNK, Action, and Reaction sections. You're going to want to go through those, find the cards that you want to add to your deck. Now, there's a couple of things here, of course, as you see this important notice. This is an illegal, I guess you could say, it's an illegal setup for a card deck because it provides you with an unfair advantage when playing against someone. It gives you this never-ending loop of being able to continuously attack your opponent without them ever having a chance to even do anything back to you. So that has been banned from play. But anyways, like I was saying, go into your Capcom, your SNK section, look through the cards, find out which card it is that you're wanting in your deck. Down at the bottom or the top, you see the Capcom pages 1, 2, 3, 4. You can cycle through those to get more cards on each one. So go ahead, go through, pick everything that you want. You can mix and match Capcom or SNK. And of course, you're going to want to also add in action and reaction cards as well in order to have a well-rounded deck. Now, I've already gone through and I've picked some cards that I'm going to be using. So I've put those into a folder. And we've got those all right here. Now, this is the basic SNK deck that you would get normally when starting a new game in Card Fighters Clash 2. And I will have a format and the website also, or excuse me, actually a list set up with both the SNK deck and Capcom deck, and I'm also going to include a few of the other specialty decks in case you don't know how to build a deck and you just want to get going and get a deck built so you can start playing the game. We'll have a few of them on the website for you to be able to download yourself and build those decks. All right, now that we've gone through the website, we've downloaded all the cards that we want to put in our deck, we also have to download this file. It's the CFC, or Card Fighter Clash card template. You'll see here it's a .xcf. This is a file that only GIMP can open. So now that you have GIMP installed and you have everything ready to go, you're going to double click on this. Of course, it's going to take it a moment. I should have had it loaded up already, but it's going to go ahead and open up GIMP, and it's going to load up all of my brushes, all of my gradients, everything, all of that, and eventually it'll actually pull up the template that you're going to need. When you open this file, this right here is exactly what you're going to see. So to make this the most easy that you possibly can, what we're going to do is the first step I want you to do is you want to go click on Image and then click on Transform and rotate 90-degree counterclockwise. What that'll do is it'll turn it to the left so that you can see it in this way. Now, we're going to go back to our folder where we have all of our cards. Now, each one of these sheets can only hold 18 cards per sheet. So obviously, we're going to have to build a couple of these. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to take the first 18 cards. All right, there's my first 18 cards. After I have it all highlighted, you can either do a click and then shift click to select all of them, or you can go ahead and do a normal click and drag to select the 18 cards. Now I'm going to pull this, click and drag, bring it over to your layer palette, and put it on the top layer. GIMP will start importing each one of those files in. And you're seeing here where it's just kind of all layered on top of each other. You don't have to worry too much about that, because what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, grab the move tool, click on that, and then you're going to take your card and you're going to move it into the slot. You'll see here these guides that are on there. Everything should be snapping directly to those guides. So you're going to have very little work that you're actually going to have to do to build these. Just make sure that when you do, that you're snapping them in there, and that there's kind of that little bleed area in between. And I'll zoom in just a little bit and show that to you as well. But I'm gonna get all these guys set up in their spots. Obviously, it really doesn't matter too much if you what order you have these in, because once the printer has them print and cut up, they'll actually end up being out of order slightly anyways. So just put them on as quick as you can, as best as you can, making sure again that you have those snapped directly to those guides that I have already put in place. Well, not me, actually, the company Superior POD had set this file up. I just kind of added a few extra things to make it quick and easy for GIMP users. Now, as you see, I have everything in place here. Now, I'm going to just pop down here, and I'm going to zoom in. Here's your bleed area that's in between the cards that you can see on all four sides. So if I move one of these cards, and then I move it back, you can kind of see where it's snapping into place. That's exactly where you want it. You want it snapped right in the dead center there. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go back up to Image. Actually, before I do that, let me show the full screen again. Okay, it doesn't matter if you do that, but I thought it'd be easier for the tutorial so you could see that. But here, once you have all the cards in place, go to Image, Transform. Now this time we're going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. That's going to put it back to its original position when you got the file. This is the direction that it must be for Superior POD to be able to print your files. We're going to go up to File, Export As, and we want to make sure we are going to name it something. What I generally do on these is I'll name it 01.png. And then, of course, you want to pick where it's going to go to. In this case, I'm just going to put it directly on my desktop. And then click on the different files. So click on Export and then Export again. It'll go ahead and save it. It'll take a few moments here. All right, now let's go to our desktop real quick here and take a look. You see the 01 PNG is saved and all the files are in there. It looks great. That one's actually ready for printing. So anyways, let's now go ahead and jump over back into GIMP. We're going to scroll up to the top of our layers palette, click on the very top card, and we're going to start trashing these. We're going to trash all the 18 cards that we just added, making sure we leave this black layer on here because that is needed for the bleed. We're going to open up yet again our cards that we had already pre-selected, and we're going to start now with the next card. I'm going to go ahead and select the next 18 cards. Sorry, I'm not using my mouse, I'm using the trackpad, so it's a little bit more difficult here. Oh, actually, and before we do that, we're going to want to go ahead and go back here, Image, Transform, rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise so it's back in the position same way that our cards are laying. Otherwise, we're going to have some issues. So anyways, go ahead and put those cards in. Again, it's going to go ahead and layer all of those in there. We get our move tool, And we're going to start moving all of our cards back into place like we just did a few moments ago. Now I'm not going to make you watch me do all of these, so we're going to go ahead and do a cut here, and you'll see me in just a moment. All right, now we got all the cards laid out again. You don't have to sit there and watch that. We're going to go ahead and go back up here again, go to Image, Transform, Rotate 90 degrees. This time it's clockwise. We're going to go to File, again, Export As. Do not say Export to the one that we saved earlier, but go to Export As. And we're going to name this one simply 02. So that'll save up. We click on Export. The dialog will pop up. We click on Export once again. It's going to save that file. All right, and once the file is all ready and finished and saved again here, we're going to go ahead and go through, delete all of your cards, scrolling all the way up to the top of the layers, clicking on the top one, and clicking on the little trash can here, deleting all 18 cards yet again. And then don't forget, we still have to go to Image, Transform, Rotate, putting it back into that same position. Here's where I'm going to take another break here because I'm not going to make you watch us put all the rest of these cards in here. All right, we're back again. Now you'll notice that there are 3 empty spots down here in the bottom right-hand corner. That's because when doing this with Superior POD, of course, again, you have 18 cards per sheet. Now we're allowed 50 cards per deck when we're playing the Card Fighter Clash. So what's going to end up happening is you're actually going to be able to pick some extra cards that you can go ahead and throw in there. Now, of course, what I did in this case was I actually threw in these extra, I can't really call them cards, I guess, but basically I use these when I'm out playing the game so I can hand them out to people so they can, I guess it's kind of advertising. As you can see here, it just has the Card Fighters Project website on there. It says free trading card game. So that is something that I do just mainly for my own purposes. If that's something you want to do, hey, by all means, spread the love. But again, after you get your card all saved in there, you're going to do the same thing. You go into your transform. We're going to flip it back again. And then we're going to go ahead and go up to File, and we're going to export. Or if you hold Control, Shift, and press E, it'll pull up that export image immediately for you. We're going to name this one 03. I'm going to go ahead and click on Export again. That's going to go to my desktop, export again. And this will. All right, well, that's fully exported. So we're going to go ahead and close GIMP here. We have our 3 card sheets that we need. And now we're going to go to superiorpod.com. Now, before doing this, I strongly urge you to use Internet Explorer or use Edge, the new Internet Explorer, essentially. Use that because this website basically was programmed for that browser only. You will run into some errors if you use Chrome or if you use Firefox. So I have decided the only way I'm ever going to use this website, of course, is with Chrome, or excuse me, with Edge or Internet Explorer, and talking with their customer service. Of course, that's what they told me to do. So I just want to pass that on to you. So anyways, go to superiorpod.com, as you see right here, as well as up here. And then click on Custom Card Decks. We're going to click there. It's going to bring us to a new page, and there's going to be a lot of options. But what we're going to do, we're going to want to scroll down to the bottom. On the right-hand side, it says Poker-Sized Custom Card Decks. That's the one that you want. We're going to click on that one there. It's going to bring us into the new page, and it's asking us, how many decks are we going to want? In this case, I'm going to do a fake order for just one deck of SNK that we just set up. And down here it says the size of the deck. Now, 18, of course, as you remember, we just put together 3 sheets of these. So it's actually going to be a 54 card deck that we're going to be putting together. You're going to have 54 cards. So it's going to ask you if you want shrink wrapping. You know, you can, you don't have to do that. It's no big deal. Turnaround time, it lets you know depending on if they're going to be busy or not. You can select the standard or premium stock. You know, I've used both of these, and I find that between the two of them, there's really not a big difference. Obviously, not a big difference in price either. 482 there for the premium, 462 for the standard paper. It's still going to have a nice thickness to it, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. I have an order that's coming in the 12 point right now, but I also have an order from a couple of months ago that I put in the 14 point. Just when you do it, just try to make sure that you're always getting the same one no matter what. But I went with the 12 points on my last order just to save myself some money because I ordered almost 1,500 cards. So anyways, back to this. What you're going to want to do now, your file upload, sheet 1 face. This is the face card. This is where your character art is going to be. So we're going to go to select, and we're going to go back to that file that we saved. So it was file 01. Okay, and then your sheet 1 back. Now, again, I have a file that's already created, so it's another thing you're going to want to download, but I have to go to where it is in my computer here. So we have the sheet 1 back. This is going to be obviously the back of your card. I currently have that one hiding in my full set folder. It will be named Common Back. And of course, what I'll do is I'll pop that in there. You'll see where it says Common Back. Now, if you say Common Back on it like that, that's basically letting Superior POD know that this is the file that you want for the back of all of your cards that you're purchasing on this set. So you don't have to upload the card back every single on every single facing page. And I'll show you that in just a moment. But just so you see what the card back is, we're gonna just go into our full set here, scroll back down, Common Back. Now you see it's just the back of the card. It's facing the opposite direction than the card faces because once it's printed on the other side, it'll of course be facing the proper direction. But anyways, let's go back here. So we have face 1 uploaded, we have sheet 1 back uploaded. Let's go to face 2. Now face 2, of course, I got to go back to where I had it originally. It's my face 02 right there. Again, the back, we have a common back right here, so I don't need to put a new back there. So I'm going to go down to sheet facing 3. We'll grab that one. Now we're going to scroll down to the bottom. Unless you're actually doing 144 card order, you don't have to worry about these other ones. Just scroll down and you're going to go in and you're going to name your job. In this case, I'll say, well, hey, this is the SNK deck. I'll just call it SNK deck. And then you click on Add to Cart. Now, don't be alarmed because this will take some time. After you have clicked on Add to Cart, it's going to upload those files that you had just all set up in there to their servers. And then it's going to give you the option to place your order. All right, well, welcome back. The last part of this that I wanted to make sure that I showed you because I have missed this before in the past and I don't want any of you guys to miss it. It'll make things easier on you and it'll also make things easier on the staff of those over at Superior POD. So after you've done your upload, ignore the redacting that I did on the page here because there's some personal information that I obviously don't want you guys to see. But if you look down here, in your order, or should I say in your shopping cart, it says shipping options. It has local in-store pickup, which you probably don't want unless you live in the town where they're at, which I believe is New York. I couldn't say for sure. But anyways, go in here and you want to select your shipping method. That way they can actually ship it to your correct address. Okay, and now what's going to happen, it'll add in your shipping charges over on the right-hand side here, and you'll see they charge $6.50 for shipping on just, as you also see down here, 18 cards. Now, it's not really that big of a deal because, yeah, it seems like a lot of shipping, but that is a true shipping. Again, with the 1,500 cards that I purchased earlier today, it only cost me about $10 in shipping. So they are not making money off of the shipping. It's a great service, so I strongly recommend that. And, you know, where else can you go to actually get card decks? Look at this, 18 cards. We've got 36 cards here we can select. it's only $3.08 for 36 cards. Or if we're going for an entire deck, $4.62. Or if we go for the 144, which is the max that they allow per page, $12.32. But of course, if you order another set of them, just uploading different sheets, it's going to be $12.32 for every 144 cards that you order. So the entire set that I ordered earlier today was about $150 for 1,500 cards. That's a great deal. Anyways, I hope this tutorial will help you out if you're interested in placing an order with Superior POD to get cards as well. But you know, as you guys are doing this, if you're out there and you're deciding you want to play this card game as well, again, it's free. Don't buy them off the internet. Don't let anyone else rip you off. You do have to pay for the services, obviously, if you're going to have a print on demand do them, or you're going to have to pay for the ink if you do it at home yourself. So there obviously are some costs, but I'm not charging for my service of actually going through and designing this, getting it all out there. This is just something that I was doing as a labor of love because of the Card Fighter Clash game that SNK produced. Was such a great game. I wanted to be able to play it on the tabletop with my friend since he didn't have a Neo Geo Pocket. But the story, you know, as it goes down the road, it's completely changed now, and we have the full set of Card Fighters Clash 2 on there now, and there's going to be upcoming changes as well. But this is nothing to do to try to impede on either SNK or Capcom's copyright material. This is only as a way for us to have fun as gamers, considering they are not going to probably ever release another Card Fighter Clash game again. I hope they do someday, but my best guess is that they probably won't. All right, kiddo, signing out here. Hope to see you guys around the Facebook page, posting maybe even pictures of your own gaming time that you've had with these cards. We'd love to see that kind of stuff. So hope you guys are having a great time with this project, as much fun as I have anyways. Take care, guys.